Good morning to you from the misty, cool, quiet Valley of Joy. How are you? Have you slept? Have you eaten? Are you well? It's dawn of Good Friday. And Good Friday, for those who are Christian and follow the story of Jesus, it's a time of contemplation, I would say. It's a day of not eating meat, which won't matter for me because I'm vegetarian, but observing that suffering and surrender and sacrifice. It's also a very quiet day here today because people aren't going to work. And so if you're on a day at home, make it be a bit of a day of contemplation and rest. Let me show you first. You can see there is some blue sky up there, which is exciting because it's been very grey and gloomy all week. The mist is still coming in, rolling through. And a day like Good Friday often brings up for me spirituality. Spirituality of whatever kind you observe, follow, know. Check out these little beauties, growing. And quite often we tend to pursue enlightenment. We want to evolve as humans. And if it hasn't happened yet, be patient, is what I would say. Because we can't rush our spiritual evolution. We can't rush that kind of growth. And there's a timing and a reason and a season for it all. And we tend to have that desire to push, to make things come quicker, to happen faster. But our spiritual evolution, our growth in that way, takes time. And if it hasn't happened for you yet, then all that means is you're not ready. You're not ready yet. And I know there's been several times in my life where I've really wanted it. And so I've strived for it, and I've done all the practices, and I've pushed for it. And I've sought out gurus and people, and I've read books, and I've practiced mantras, and yet it didn't come. Because it's not on our 24-hour clock or time scale. It's not something you can just push and shove for. If your spiritual evolution in the way you're hoping hasn't happened yet, it's just that you're not ready. And so be patient. You'll be ready soon enough. And if your life ends up any like mine, it often surprises you when it shows up. An experience, something will happen, a revelation, an intuition, a knowing, a person you meet and you drop into something, a place you visit. And that spark will overwhelm you. And it's when you least expect it and you think, wow, where did that come from? And I know I've had several experiences like that. I can remember one in particular in India, in a temple, in Babaji's temple. And I had such an awakening and an epiphany, and it was completely unexpected and completely rich and completely awe-inspiring. But it wasn't something I planned for. It just happened. Because in that moment, in that circumstance, in that place, with all of that history and deep reverence in it, it just spontaneously happened. And maybe you've experienced that in your life. Or maybe you've just been sitting in quiet contemplation with a cup of tea and you've had one of those brain explosions where you just get it. Something just falls into place. That's what I'm talking about. If you're not there yet, you're just not ready. And there's no judgment in any of that. No one's higher or better or more enlightened than you are. We're all spiritual beings here on earth. And we're all where we're meant to be. So don't rush the process. And so maybe Good Friday could be a day of reflection for you as well on all that you've become and how far you've got to go. Have a beautiful, reverent day. Much love from my heart to yours. Peace out.